Hello, I'm Richard Moore. I'm a captain with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. I serve as our state boating law administrator. And the FWC is once again calling on all of our state, local, and federal partners all across the U.S. to join us in support of Operation Drywater. As you may recall, 2009 was the inaugural year of this nationwide effort aimed at increasing public knowledge of the dangers of drinking while boating. Operation Drywater is a coordinated national weekend of BUI detection and enforcement, which has an ultimate goal of reducing the number of alcohol-related accidents and fatalities through a strong and highly visible deterrent to using alcohol while boating. Developed and sponsored by the National Association of State Boating Law Administrators, this effort is supported by the U.S. Coast Guard, each state and U.S. territory, and the leading media outlets in the country. Last year's Drywater effort was a huge success. Agencies in 51 states and U.S. territories participated, and nearly 300 impaired boat operators were taken off the water before they could kill or injure themselves or someone else. There were more than 1,000 mentions in print, radio, television, and internet media coverage all across the country. It wasn't uncommon for boaters to tell officers that they had heard about the operation and were going easy on the alcohol as a result. Holding the operation on the weekend prior to the 4th of July holiday weekend proved to be a great move. It allowed us to get greater media coverage since we weren't competing with all the news about holiday happenings, and also got the BUI issue in people's minds before they were involved in the holiday festivities. Now we want to build upon last year's tremendous success by making Operation Drywater 2010 even more effective. We need even more partners, regardless of your role or jurisdiction, to participate this year, and we want participation to be just about as easy as possible. If all you can do is publish a local news release highlighting Operation Drywater and the dangers of drinking and boating, that's okay. We hope your officers will pay close attention to look for suspected BUI violators and will target impaired boat operation during their water patrols that weekend. As marine law enforcement officers become more aware of potential impaired operators and talk with boaters about the need to keep drinking while boating to a minimum, they're proactively engaged in keeping alcohol-related accidents from occurring. Boaters continue to tell us that boat operators who have had too much to drink are one of their greatest concerns while on the water, and we have proof that increased officer effort aimed at apprehending BUI violators reduces boating accidents and fatalities. Saving lives is what Operation Drywater is really all about. I hope you'll join me from Friday, June 25th through Sunday the 27th to help the national cause by looking hard for potential BUI violators and doing your part to send a clear message that impaired operation is dangerous and will not be tolerated. The FWC has already signed up to participate this year. If you'd like to learn more about this initiative or to sign up your agency, I'd encourage you to visit the Operation Drywater website, either through nasbla.org or operationdrywater.org. There you'll be asked for contact information, the number of officers you plan to have participating, and where you'll hold your operations. Report your activity data to your agency so one report of statistical information can be collected from each participating agency after the weekend. The website will be used for agency data collection as well. This information will help us gauge the effectiveness of this year's effort and make better plans for the future. Also, if your effort this year leads to a story that may be of particular interest, please pass that information along as well. If you are one of my fellow FWC officers or one of our federal, state, or local partners in Florida, I'd like to personally say thanks for working so hard to keep our state's waterways safe and enjoyable. For those of you who work outside my home state of Florida, thank you for taking the time to consider how you can work with NASBLA to reduce the number of unnecessary deaths and injuries that occur all across our country due to alcohol-impaired boaters. I'm confident that your efforts will save lives all across this great nation of ours. Stay safe out there and have a great summer.